Welcome back to another episode of Look What Eric Drug Home. We have a 64 Buick Electra 225 and it's rough. But what's your first impression on it?
I mean, my first impression is it's a Buick, so I automatically don't like it.
You don't like Buicks?
Not anymore.
Well, but I mean, it's a classic.
Sure.
It's hard to view it as a classic when it's so rough and
Ugly.
we call that character, you know.
Call it what you want, but it's ugly.
Well, we'll see how she feels about it when it's floating down the road. But the one big thing is the trunk doesn't open because we don't have any keys. And I've been itching for a day and a half to get that trunk open. So let's do that first and see what we got. And then we'll take a walk around. All right, so with the trunk being locked, I'm gonna try and go through the back seat here to get it open. I can't really, it's a long way back in there and it goes down pretty far, so I still don't know what's in there. But I gotta try and unbolt the latch. Probably can't see it, but that's about the only option I've got. With all this cross bracing in the way, I can't climb in there. So the apparatus that I've come up with is just about every socket extension that I've got, plus that one. And I'm going to try and reach in through the back here, and there's 2 bolts that I've got to undo. So we'll see how that goes here. All right, so I've got my monstrosity of a wrench. Let's see, how am I going to do this? I'm going to close that. This isn't going to be easy. I'm hoping it's a 7/16 on the head of the bolts because I can't really tell. But this is about every extension that I've got. Adapted to bigger and smaller and it's got quite the arc to it. I might have to. Come on. Okay, I'm on it. Got the right size. Easy. Now if I drop any of these, I still have to figure out how to get it open because I need all of these in my truck for work. Okay. Get out of there. Get out of there. Oh, now the bolt's stuck in the socket. It's like a fishing pole. Oh, what am I doing here? What am I doing? Oh, I lost the bolt somewhere along the way. Let's see if we can get the second one without dropping anything. Watch, this won't even let it open. I just don't want to drill the lock out. Oh, all right. Got it. Oh, it's opening. You ready to see what's in there? It's open. All by itself. All right, let's go check it out. Yes! No bodies. But the one piece of trim that is missing off the car is right here in the trunk. Spare belts. Give the camera back to Sam here. More belts. I'm sure those are completely wore out. But this piece of trim, because you know, you're never going to find this. And if you do, you're going to pay through the nose and it's not going to match. So let's go hold it up here. Get my stuff out of the way. I don't know how we're going to get it back on because it's clearly broke, but perfect. That was really a gamble because the previous owner, he never looked in the trunk. He never had the keys. So that's great. We'll put that back or else we'll lose it. What else do we got? Got a factory jack, bumper jack. I think the base is up behind the tire. Sonomatic AM, I believe. I don't know, before my time. But other than that, empty. That's obviously important. Good spare tire with a tube in it, so that'll hold air. Maybe we'll put that where that one that goes flat in 4 hours is. So, well, that's a good deal. Well, it doesn't look rusted out. Let's see. I'd really like to get this out so we can just put a screwdriver through the keyhole. How does that come out of there? What do you got here for me? I'm gonna have to figure out how that comes out of there. I wonder if that's held on with the trim. I don't want to take the trim off. It'll probably break. Because those aren't real bolts. They're just like self-threading cap nuts things. But no, this is huge. I'm glad I was able to reach that. I don't know where the other bolt went. Somewhere in here. All right, I'm going to find the other bolt and then we'll carry on. Well, now that we know we don't have any cold cases to solve in the trunk, let's start at the back and we'll do a walk around and ease our way forward. All the trim is here, as I was just saying, now that we found that one last piece. But, you know, it's all pretty good. You know, it's definitely, you know, got some haze on it, but we should be able to clean that up. You know, polish it out a little bit, at least bring some shine back to it. It appears that all of the lenses, reverse light lenses, and that one's broke a little bit there, tail light lenses, they're all at least there for the most part. You know, the bumper's got, you know, it's got some holes, shows its age. You know, got a tow package. Nope. That's going to come off. Move around to the side. Every letter that's supposed to be there is there. So that'll be pretty good. Now, this is a repaint, but it's white on white. I don't know if you can see that. A little bit of different white underneath. we're not going to be restoring this car. That would be a very silly idea. But I think it looks good the way it is with some improvements. So just keep moving forward. We got this, trim up on top of the rail there. It's all there. I don't see any rust or rot around the windows. All the glass is good. Even all the door glass rolls up. Both skirts are there. There's a little bit of rot there, here, but you'll have that. Now the rockers, those have been covered or done. I don't know, they look just fine, but that's galvanized steel that's been riveted on. So got some, I don't know, I think there was some growth here and then it got washed by the previous owner maybe. But this is definitely evidence of, sitting under trees or something like that and having that moss on there. So there's some of that. This side is way worse than the other side for that, and that's another big clue. But look at this big open space here. There's no B-pillar. The only downside is there's no strength left in the half a B-pillar that's there. So we'll have to address that. I come around here, wheel arch on the front. That's solid. Got all these fake grills. Another patch here. There's got to be some Bondo under there for sure. Flat tire. Takes about 4 hours. So that's frustrating. So we'll probably take that spare that's in the trunk. Being it has a tube in it, 90% sure it'll air up. So we'll put that on here just so they all hold air for a minute. Antenna's still here. Windshield, solid. No cracks. I didn't see any chips in it, any of that. All the chrome around the doors, above the windshield and all that's all there. Both wiper arms. Just get some wipers on there, if they work or you want to drive it in the rain. Come around to the front. The whole grill. Look at that. It's all there. All the Buick letters. Line going right down the center of the trim. It's a little loose on the front, but it's there. And that's all I care about. Front bumper has the same rust, right where the frame horns are. Collects all the sand and such off the road. But turn signals, those lenses are both there. But that's a big grill. And once we get this car cleaned up, it'll look pretty good. So, driver's side here, another hole in the bumper, but doesn't matter. All 4 hubcaps, they're all here, all the same. More trim. That one's a little loose, probably have to stick some self-tappers in that one. Same deal. This side, a little bit more of the paint, the repaint's coming off. It's almost like they didn't scuff it up. They just, washed the car and then shot the new coat of paint on. So I'm betting a lot of that will come off. Try to buff it out. But same over here, rocker's been fixed. And then, both doors. Everything opens, closes. This half a B pillar is, it's there loosely. Wheel arch, gas filler door. Now, I pulled that cap off and I'd say it smells like it's been sitting for about 25 years. And I never really got a date about how long it's been sitting, but the date next to the signature on the title is 1998. So it's been a while since it was transferred of ownership, and it was never titled after that. So, you know, even the collector plates, front plate doesn't even match the rear plate. Something going on there. Well, let's check out the interior here. Interior is pretty complete as well. You know, door panels, they look pretty good. You know, they need to be cleaned up. I'm sure they're a little brittle, but all the trim, all the handles, you know, crank out wing window, it all works. Now I'll probably never get it closed. Oh, just force it, it'll be fine. Window rolls up, they're stiff, so maybe we'll have to try and fix that up a little bit, but they do go up. The whole dash is here. I'll take you over to the driver's side, see that side closer, but here's the passenger side mirror. I rolled the window up and this fell off. It's clearly glued on at one point, so we'll have to glue that back on. But seats they're not terrible. The covers are showing, you know, their age from the sun, and it's definitely super brittle, but all of the foam is there. Carpet, that's, you know, just missing. You know, that's just, it's wore away or vacuumed away, and that's the pad underneath, so it's gonna need some work, but you can get carpet. In the back, you know, same deal, carpet's kind of missing. Some holes in the floor. The seat just kind of floats. Like I said, everything kind of shakes independently of itself. But the rear seat's pretty good. Same, I mean, back of the top is, you know, it's just eaten by the sun. You know, dingle balls were included. They didn't want to keep those. Well, let's go check out that driver's side. Oh, look at that. Cigarette lighter in the back of the seat. I'm sure that's just fine. Yeah, we won't hook that up again. That just sounds like we're gonna burn it down. Well, let's check out the driver's front here. Yeah, this is just, well, this has been fixed. You know, we'll just put some, I don't even know what you call that. It's hard to tell what it even was, but just the sun. Sun has gotten at it. Wing window's got a little bit of rust there, but I think that's the least of our problems. Get up in here. Got, I don't know if this is the original and one was in the back, but, you know, AM radio. Got all the heater controls. See if they, oh, they move. They're stiff. Courtesy light. I wonder if that's the lights on the back pillars there. Oh, there's another light there, I think. I don't know. But dash panel's pretty well there. Well, it's all steel, so it should be. But this pad on the edge here, you know, there's no cracks in the dash pad. Mirror's solid. Headliner, you know, it's gross, but it's not hanging at all. Ugh. But that's good enough. Let's see, what do we got? 17,559 miles. I'm gonna guess that's 117 at least. What do we got here? Dual speaker switch. Okay, so we got front speaker, rear speaker, or both. That's factory for sure. Ashtrays all there. Not loaded up with butts. More vents. Oh, that moves that ankle vent over there. There's another one here. Oh, that one moves too. Everything just works. Wipers. Oh, that's probably stuck all the way on now. I don't know how that works. Got the clock in the middle. These gauges, they're pretty neat. So we won't close this all the way, but let's see what's in there. Oh, owner's manual. Protection plan, gotta have the warranty. There's some receipts. Heavy duty flasher, coming up already. But it's not even packed with mice. Just leave that so it doesn't lock. Like I said, no keys, but don't need a key for this one. Unless we go back to lock. We just won't do that until we replace it. Not even going to step on the brakes because I'm almost positive that they're not going to work. So let's get out of here and we'll go check out under the hood. All right, well, I got the hood open here and this is what we've got. 445 Wildcat. I believe that is a 401 Nailhead. I am no Buick expert, but that's what I came up with. It's missing some pieces. I do have the valve covers. They came with it. I didn't pull them off. Radiator's loose. Other valve covers, over on the side here. Fans pulled off too. This engine's locked up. Yeah, rusted solid. So we got to try and get it unstuck. The previous owner pulled all the spark plugs. That's why the valve covers are off. He's doing some inspection. He juiced it up. I'm not sure what he put in there, but it's been soaking for about a year. So I do want to try and get this unstuck, but I think there is bigger issues than just stuck pistons. There is a valve here where we got some loose push rods. This side's a lot cleaner than the other side. I'm not sure why that would be, unless somebody serviced this side and head gasket or something and never did this side. This is all, there's just a ton of like sludge and oil residue on that side, but this side's clean. So I'm not sure why that would be. But on the side with all the sludge, there is at least 2 stuck valves that you push them down, they don't come back up. So I'm not sure if we're going to be able to free that up. So I want to try, but I don't have a whole lot of hope. So the only downside is parts for these things. See if I can fall off the trailer here. Parts for these are extremely hard to find. They're out there, eBay, swap meets, but they're expensive. And it's like if you can find a motor, which I've looked just in case, I haven't even been able to find one within Wisconsin. So I'm really struggling here on finding parts, finding a replacement engine. I don't want to buy another engine just to rebuild the thing, but from shining a flashlight in these spark plug holes, it looks rough. But we're gonna try. So we'll see what happens. Probably do that a little bit next episode because it's getting pretty long already. But we do need your help in the comments. We need some advice. We need your help. I kind of want to open this up to suggestions, you know, trying to plan ahead. I'm really having a hard time thinking that I'm going to be able to get this going with the stuck valves. So we've got to think about an engine swap. So I want to leave that up to you guys and your suggestions. What would you put in here? You know, oh, just rebuild it and put another Nailhead in there. I can't find them, you know. It's quite a bit of money to rebuild these things too. So currently, I know nobody wants to see another LS and everything, but I have a 6.0 LS that we could do with a carburetor and just like a spark controller for the coils, so we don't have to do fuel injection, just kind of keep it old school. I also have a small block 350, and I've got a turbo 400 trans. The trans is probably the big part, so it's, you know, the Chevy bell housing. But that's what I have on hand. But I'm open to suggestions. You know, I don't want to do fuel injection. I don't want to do any of that. I want to keep it simple. This is going to be more of a budget build. You know, fix the rust holes in the floor, throw some carpet in there, cover the seats up, you know, get it to cruise. You know, maybe some brakes, because I don't think there is any. But what do you think? What do you want to see out of this car?
I guess what I want to see is it finished within our budget.
What's our budget?
Not sure yet.
I like to spend money, so you know, I don't want to throw the parts cannon at it. That's what we're doing to your truck.
Right. So, budget.
Okay, so as cheap as possible.
That'd be good. Preferably, you know, with what we have, but we really want to hear what you guys think we should do. You know, leave your suggestions down below in the comments and we'll take everything into consideration.
You know, basically you guys get to build this car, well, at least the engine side of it. You know, the rest of the car is basically going to stay the same. You know, brakes, need those. Interior, gotta not fall through the floor. So we're just going to patch it up, make it safe, that sort of thing. But, you know, it needs something to make the car go. You know, like I said, I don't want to do all that electronic stuff. The most electronics I'd be willing to do is the spark controller for, you know, that 6.0 LS I do if we put a carbureted intake on it. So, but I think we're just about out of sunlight here today. I think we're out of sunlight here for today. Let me know what you want to do, what you think we do. What would you do? What I'm asking. And, you know, we'll figure it out.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and share with anyone you think might be interested.
Thanks for watching. Welcome back to another episode of Look What Eric drove home. Damn it, drove home. I didn't drive it home.